Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to I guess what the new first season, everybody. Episode 1 of season 2 of
Yep,
Critical Hit.
yep. Officially a new year, first stream of the new year, which means a new season and a brand new episode.
Yeah.
So, where have we been? We have literally not streamed since Christmas. You realize that, right, Retro?
Yeah, we like literally I had to change all the Christmas images that were on the screens and stuff like that, guys. So I had to do that real quick. We logged in today and it was like no joke. It's like, wait a minute, Santa Claus hats and holly and Christmas music is like,
Yeah, I
oh,
was like, what is this?
So for those who don't know, as we told everybody, 2021 would be the start of season 2 for Critical Hit. So we took a little bit of a break. For one, Hellfire has been a little under the weather, ladies and gentlemen. He's been a little sick, but that gave us
Yep.
time to do some updates, looking up for some new stories for future shows and stuff like that. And we have a lot of great stuff today, as well as stuff planned for the future. The 2021 will be a great. It needs to be and will be a positive, great year for everybody in the world, as well as Critical Hit, as well as Hellfire Stream, as well as Retroactive Streams. 2020 will be the positive, groundbreaking year for everybody. Everybody will, like, literally in September, if everything goes okay, no more COVID lockdowns for people. Hogo TV, how are you doing?
Woo!
Since we got
Welcome
people,
in, Hogo.
yeah, since we got people jumping in, let's go ahead and, because I don't have a shout out button, so let's go ahead and drop some shout outs to people. Gonna drop one to Hogo. Drop a shout out to Tabitha. I'm good, lads. How about both of you?
I'm here. I'm extremely exhausted. I don't know how to go to bed when I'm supposed to, so I haven't been getting any sleep because I've been staying up playing Rust.
Someone clip that.
Eon, welcome in.
It's fucking brilliant.
The evil wizard has been defeated. Great job, new kid. Goth kids, take the stick from inside his desk.
Oh,
Victory is ours.
you gotta love some South Park games,
Woo, South Park.
right?
Years ago, so I'm right there with you. And it's one of my mom's favorite horror.
Anybody else in here that I missed?
Seen this.
Nice to see Hellfire back on the screen. Couldn't stare at his Pornhub posters any longer.
This is so great. You did it!
You did it!
Yes, antisocial. Good job.
Oh, look at that. We got a shout out from Antisocial inside of a shout out from Tabitha.
Yeah.
Anybody else in here to shout out? At the moment, that is it. So
Yep.
after this of Eon Rock and Roller, everybody, we're gonna get back to doing some more talking, but we'll let this play through. Hey, Eon Roko, how thanks to the shout outs, lads. Anytime. For those who don't know, this shout out player right here is thanks to the Twitch guru, everybody. Make sure you check him out. Let me post his link in here. Right there, everybody. He is thanks to to that shout out player. If you want to check out all his cool Twitch streaming add-ons, definitely check him out. Make sure you drop a small little donation. The donations, even if it's just $5, ladies and gentlemen, actually helps him keep the lights on and the web server going, so that he can continue to have those add-ons working for you guys. Because
Yep.
without his server being there, we don't have these awesome things. So drop him a nice little $5, $10. Hell, if you really want to go, be like, hey, we're gonna drop you $20 for the sake of Critical Hit, guys. You know, drop that love out there to the Twitch guru, aka Tenacious W, aka Wayne. He is an awesome guy. So is his wife, frankly, Faye. So definitely show some love to the
Yeah,
Twitch guru.
it's insane how expensive running a website is. Like
Yeah.
it can rack up some money quick.
Jeff is Lone Wolf is in the house. Let's drop some shout out love
Welcome
to
in,
Jeff
Jeff.
is Lone Wolf. There's some love to Jeff is Lone Wolf, everybody. Jeff is Lone Wolf is an awesome guy. So yeah, throw some love out there to him. How are you guys doing? We are doing good. We're just telling everybody this is season 1 episode or season 2 episode 1 of Critical Hit. We had a bit of a break. Hellfire had been under the weather. He is now he's back. He's back in action.
Yep.
So not only is he here to stream, his Pornhub action is going to go full notch again. You know, take it up another notch.
Never stop.
The Pornhub is never going to stop. Nope, Pornhub will never stop. That's going to be a running gag from here on out for quite a while until we get bored of it.
Oh,
I told you to use double layer. So anyway, Hellfire, how was your day today?
You know what? It's weird. Yesterday was actually really good. Today felt like a Monday.
Today felt like a Monday, and yesterday felt like a Sunday.
Kind of. Like, I don't know. Yesterday went really good for me, and then today was like the whole day was just dragging on. And then I finally got off, and then I was like, "Oh, it's
Party?
Tuesday. I still have to do notes and get the show ready." And yeah,
well, not even that, but
crap.
think about it. It's Tuesday. It means you still have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, still gotta go back to work tomorrow. Damn it! Why can't it be Friday?
So yeah, well, see, for me right now, every day is a Monday, every day is a Friday, all in one. Okay, so it sucks. You have a good day and a bad day all mushed into one. For me, you know, yesterday, you're those of you who don't know from my typical stream or are not stream demons. Wait, it's Tuesday? Wait, is it Tuesday?
Is it Tuesday?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Every Tuesday,
anymore.
Critical Hit every Tuesday. But yeah, so those who don't know, I've been dealing with issues.
If it's not Tuesday, I guess we just stop here and we'll come back another day.
Right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop it right here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll come back when it's Tuesday. So anyway, for those who don't know, I've been dealing with some bank issues. Okay, I recently had, and this hurts to say, it really hurts to say this. I had $3,000 stolen from me out of my bank by somebody. My bank is a really good bank. They are investigating it. Australia, it's Wednesday. Yeah, it definitely Australia is the next day. It's definitely next day for you, dude. My motherboard should be here by the weekend. Holy fuck! Hey, that's awesome, Hogo. Because come Thursday, Retro's gonna have himself a nice new, not a new computer, but a new to me computer that's better than the current computer I'm currently running on. For those who don't know, I'm running on a first gen i5 Dell computer. And it's good. I mean, you know, I've got 16 gigs of RAM. I've got the 3080 NVIDIA graphics card. So it's got some good points, but there's just certain things I can't do. I can't play games like Hellfire or Hogo play, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, I do have a computer coming. It is a birthday gift for those who don't know. Retro's 1-year anniversary for Twitch is January the 14th, everybody. Thursday will be my 1-year anniversary as a Twitch affiliate. The 23rd of January is Retro's birthday, and there will be a birthday stream, everybody. So I am getting a pseudo new computer. It's a refurbished computer for my birthday. It is an i7, a 4770 processor. So hey, I'm good with that. Let's see, dude, my motherboard. Okay, we already read that. Hey, Hellfire, don't forget to give my cut that you promised. LOL. Holy fuck, $3,000. Yeah, you got a full PC coming, or some parts. It's a full PC, Hogo. A full PC. We're talking and this is because me and Hellfire were going over the two different computers that I could choose from, okay? Because I had a small budget, okay? A family member was going to buy me a computer for up to $300. So I only had $300 for this birthday gift to go from, and myself and Hellfire, we scoured the sites and stuff for a nice 4th gen. Yeah, 4th gen. It's definitely a 4th gen i7. It's going to have a 256 gig flash SSD. okay, with Windows installed on that, and then I'm going to take my hard drives and put it into there. So I'll have my 1 terabyte for games. I'll have my 5 terabytes for the system stuff that I use for my clients and things like that for New Law Media. Let's see, what's the Gen chip and what's the motherboard? It is a 4770, a 4770. It's an Intel 4770. You get a slave drive installed. I will have 2 slave drives installed. I'll have the 5 terabyte and the 1 terabyte drives installed as slave drives, along with the 256 flash drive that will have Windows running on it, which will make things run faster. It's going to have 32 gigs of RAM, ladies and gentlemen. 32 gigs of RAM, and my 3080 is going in there. So my computer for an i7 will be a banging computer, guys. It's for $300. It's gonna, I mean, for $300, you
For
can't.
$300, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 4770 is identical to the 3770. Yes, it is. It is. And for the budget at a 4770, with the stuff that I'm getting to it at $300 and the stuff that I've already got carried over, I'll be able to start doing some Fallout on the PC. Now, for those out there who watch my Fallout Fridays, I'm not going to stop playing Fallout on the PlayStation. I will continue to play Fallout 76 on the PlayStation, but I am also going to start playing Fallout on the PC as well. So you'll get to see my adventures with Hellfire and hopefully Hogo and a few others as I build my character up over there. But yeah, so $300 birthday present is gonna enhance me. You know, for those out there who know, I'm the type of, whenever I get money, I try to put it back in my stream to teach you guys some of the stuff that I do on my tutorial stream that's in the works. So yeah, I've had a Monday with the $3,000 stolen. You know, I've been Hellfire can tell you.
You've had a Mun week.
Yeah, I had a Mun week, not a Monday, a Mun week. So it started on, what was it, last Thursday or Friday?
I want to say Friday, but it might have been Thursday.
It was either last Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. It happened while I was watching Blastbit stream. Blastbit Metal Drumming, everybody. Let me go ahead and do it.
Friday.
I'm going to shout him out real quick. So we're going to shout Blastbit out, but it was happening while on his stream. As you can see, it's a really awesome streamer who does metal drumming for a stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Always disappointing me. How are you, Super Monster Party? You released, it was last week, right? Was it like a soundtrack video game thing?
We're going to let this play through real quick, guys.
Buy it? I've just been busy getting married and all that good stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's the clip where he's talking about getting married.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, get a slave drive. Looking to getting a 2 terabyte or above for future. So I have a 1 terabyte and I have a 5 terabyte. The 5 terabyte has all my important files for New Law Media up there. Right now I have a 2 terabyte. I will look into getting a probably another 5 terabyte for gaming, because I mean, if I'm gonna go big or go home. But
here's my thing. I have found out that it doesn't matter how much space you have, it's never enough.
Exactly, it's never enough.
Never enough. I have right now 11 terabytes, and it's almost completely full. Like, it's never, I don't care how much you have and how much you think you need, it's never enough.
It's never, exactly. And that's, see, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I tell y'all a lot of times, you know, start small, grow big when it comes to streaming. Okay, when it comes to your computer, the hard drives is not a start small, grow big thing. Literally, go big or go home. If you can afford a big ass hard drive, get the big ass hard drive. Get the lower end computer like I'm doing. Okay, but get that big ass hard drive. Get that big ass video card. You know, those two things right there are key important things if you're a gamer on PC.
Yep.
Let's see. Netflix sucks. Make your own. Exactly. More space is never enough. Exactly. So as I was saying on Friday, while I was watching Blastbit, I went to go check my bank to see if I was getting my $600 from the government guys, which of course my money still is not here. Everybody's like, "Oh, I got my money," and Retro's still sitting here with no $600, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I'm glad every single one of you guys that are getting your $600. I'm glad you guys are getting your 600. I'm glad some of you are using it to pay bills. That's what I'm probably going to be doing, especially because in light of finding out that that I had $3,000 that was for my bills, ladies and gentlemen, $3,000 stolen from me. I've been on the phone on and off, and this is the reason why Hellfire says I've been having a MUN week. I've been on and off the phone with companies that I had bills to, like Geico. Geico actually they postponed my January bill to February, only I will have to pay 2 months on February instead of doing 1 month each one. I have to pay double on 1 month, but I'm not going to lose anything, so that's the key thing. So at least Geico was working with me. Some of the things like and Hellfire knows this one. I was about to say the name of our city, but our city's utility people, our city's bills, they're not going to give me the leeway.
They don't give nobody leeway.
Yeah.
Man.
So basically,
assholes.
yeah. So my grandmother and my mother helped me take care of that ends of bills, so that I can take care of it once I get things set. And my bank is in the process of investigating. They basically interviewed me to make sure it wasn't fraud, which I get. They want to make sure I'm not scamming them. And then they went through that, and then now they're doing the investigation, tracking down things and whatnot. And they said it could take up to anywhere around the beginning of March. But around the end of February, beginning of March, they're supposed to reimburse me that $3,000. Okay, so I have to do a lot of waiting, but it's a hassle. It's giving me a little bit of my heart literally just dropped into my stomach. So yeah, I've got a Sabertooth P67 board coming with the 16 Corsair. Corsair is the way to go. I'm running on a Corsair keyboard.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Corsair is the way to go. Second gen i5 256K, which is going to switch out for a 3770, which I'm going to overclock. Nice, Hugo. Nice. You'll get refunded, dude, on that. Yes, I will. Look at claim of distress, etc. And that's one of the things that I plan to do. I am getting a lot of mental and emotional distress and a lot of other issues, pain and suffering in some way from this whole event. My bank told me that that when they catch whatever happened, that they want me to prosecute. So I will be taken to court with their assistance. My bank is actually paying for the court. Okay. So they will get damages and I will get damages. So both the bank and myself will sue whoever stole the money from me. But it's going to be a very, very supposed long process.
Long waiting time.
So it's going to hurt me. This is going to hurt me, but in the long run, I will come out back to where I was. I'm not going to come out high, but I'm going to come right back where I was, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay as long as I can maintain myself with my bills. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I can go without certain things. I sacrifice because I only get $20 a month luxury spending money from all my money that I get. So I'm okay with making sacrifices. It's all good. So anyway, I guess that's enough of talking about what's going on. I think it's time to get down to the business.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's time it's been so long, but I think we usually start with weird news.
Let me see.
Isn't that what we start with?
Hang on. Oh, yep, it's weird news. You are right. Wow, it's been that long that we can't even remember what goes next.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Weird news. Do we have any kind of weird news at all today?
We got a little bit. We got some cheat codes.
We got some cheat codes. Okay. Well,
are we in 2002?
I know, right? 2002 and 90s.
A long time.
I know.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, no, you should get money back plus yeah, exactly, Hogo. The bank isn't gonna. The bank is actually gonna pay for all the court. The bank is paying for all the court costs, lawyer, everything. So that I'm getting my money back with not having to the extra money from my bank in the court costs, because the court will cost money as well. So I'm gonna leave that as it is. They're paying for all the court costs. I'm not gonna complain about that, because lawyers cost a lot of money. Court fees cost a lot of money, and my bank is paying for it. So I'm square with my bank on that.
Yep.
The tech news, then tech news, then game news, then critical deals. Yep. Oh, we got some stuff for you, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick,
Well, we got
ladies-
some new stuff. I wouldn't jump the gun on that. There's some new stuff.
Just to show you something real quick, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We now have a streamer news image right there. Streamer news, guys. Oh, hey, hang on. I see something. Yep. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I see something I didn't do.
What didn't you do?
I didn't adjust your camera just right. Had a little hair of your camera in your background in the camera.
Oh, gotcha.
So as you see, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the streamer news image right there. Not only do we have that, ladies and gentlemen, we now officially have a critical deals logo image right there. So now we got all our images for you guys ready to go for each story that we bring you. But with that said,
there might have been a stream break, but there hasn't been a progress break. We always move forward. We always getting better.
Exactly. We may have had a stream break, but we do not stop the progress. Always moving forward, everybody. So anyway, what we were talking about with weird news, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys in this stream right now are fans of the game Nier Automata? Nier Automata. I will actually type it into the chats so that everybody will know what I'm talking about, because you may not know how it sounds. Nier Automata. It's a Japanese RPG game. It's actually one of my favorite Japanese RPG games. It was based on the game Nier. It is a sequel to the game Nier. You had Nier and Nier Automata. Let me go ahead and drop the Nier Automata image up. This is what you're looking at right here, guys, is Nier Automata image right there. Never heard of it. It's actually really good. You can actually change your character's clothes. There's a bathing suit in there, so I like to change 9 right there, the female 9. You can change her. No, she's 2B.
And I'm the one who gets choked for my Pornhub subscription.
Hey, I don't leave her naked, okay? I leave her in a bathing suit, okay? There's a difference. Then I'm still G-rated with a bathing suit, okay? So I want to hear nothing about your lifetime membership to Pornhub. So
it's PG-13 if you walk around the desert in a fucking bathing suit.
Okay, so PG-13 is still not Pornhub. I call bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, in case Streamlabs is watching, I'm supporting you, Streamlabs. Give me some free Streamlabs Prime. Give me some free Streamlabs Prime, everybody. So anyway, with Nier Automata, everybody see, yeah, this looks like one of those games that involves in-game blowjobs, blah, 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 blah. No, I wish it did, but no.
Yeah.
So did you know that until recently, there was a cheat code not yet discovered in 2018, okay? The director, in 2018, the director of the game, Yoko Taro, made it public that there was still one secret in the game left undiscovered. No one has discovered this final secret of the game. Tabitha saying LOL, that's the DLC. So anyway, as Yoko Taro claims in 2018, this was in 2018, guys. Okay, the game's been out for a while. There has been one secret yet undiscovered. Well, just recently, coder Lance McDonald, who tends to reverse engineer games so that he can make photo and video art from them, has discovered the missing, the last unknown secret, the code. There is a code in this game. In his video, he states that you can only activate it if you are at a specific location. He tells you that after beating the prologue boss Marks, after you speak to 9S, you have to go to some barrels, stand between them, and once you're there, you hold the R2 button, press the up, down, up, right, left, square, circle, triangle, and then cross. And once you do, yes. Yes.
This just came to me. He was too mentioned DLC. You know what the DLC for this game is called, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what it means?
Are you asking me to say it out here? Or would you like to, or since you're Mr. Pornhub, would you like to divulge it to everybody?
No. I'm just, I just, if you remember what it means, then say what it means. I'm gonna type it in chat. That is the name of the DLC. See if anybody can figure out what it means.
Yeah, instead of me telling everybody, let everyone else figure out.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you guys a few minutes to figure it out. This says it unlocks a developer's room full of rampant rabbits 4,000. No, it doesn't do that. It does not do that. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna give you guys basically a few minutes to kind of figure out what that DLC code pretty much means. And if you can't figure out what it means, then we'll go into to telling you what does it mean.
Yep.
Anybody typing? Anybody typing? Any responses, everybody?
Let's go on while they're figuring out. We'll continue with the cheat code.
Okay. Let's see. It's a link to Hellfire's OnlyFans channel. I actually like that joke. That was actually a pretty damn good joke, Jeff. Nice one. So anyway, basically, if done correctly, you get sent to the post-credits scene. Okay, when the credit scene is finished playing, you unlock extra features like in-game trophy store to where you can actually sell your trophies for add-ons to the games, clothing and things like that. You get unlocked the chapter selection, and then when you normally have complete the games 3 times, you basically have to finish this game 3 times to get all this stuff. This way you can bypass playing it 3 times and automatically get it unlocked.
Yep.
It's a nice feature for sure, but with such a great story and game, this is you may want to actually play through the game once. Okay, play through it once without any of the cheat codes, and then after you play through it, use the cheat code and play through it afterwards. Sports news. Sports news. We ain't got no sport news yet. I don't know if we're gonna do sport news yet. So yeah, that's pretty much what the code does. So far, we haven't had anybody post what the code means. So
if we do sports news, that's all retro. I hate sports.
Oh, I'm not a sports person either. Hello, I don't even play Madden and none of that. So yeah.
We might can cover esports in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on 1 second. Talk to the people real quick because I'm looking at something.
Okay. So New Year. Been a little while since we talked to you guys on Critical Hit. How has everybody been throughout the holidays and the New Year and coming into? We're about halfway through the first month of 2021. The first month of 2021 is almost half over. So how has your first half of the first month of 2021 been?
Sports News Patriot Cowboys. Okay.
Sports News Patriots.
Yeah. So what were you asking them? I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I ended up getting.
I was asking them how their first half of the first month.
Okay.
Of the year.
Oh, the new year. Yeah. So, guys, go ahead and type in chat. Let us know how your guys' New Year's have been going. What have y'all been doing? Back to this. We're gonna get to the story, and then we're gonna actually tell you what that DLC name means real quick. But anyway, to think that it's been 3 years and 10 months. Okay, 3 years, 10 months for someone to find this secret out, and they had to reverse engineer the game to find the code to this game.
Yep.
Okay, so 3 years, 10 months, better than the first half of January 2020, right?
Yep, that's an important thing.
Now,
better than last.
You know what the cheat code thing reminds me of, right?
What's that?
I remember when gamers spent more time trying to find codes and hidden Easter eggs and glitches in the games than actually playing the game itself.
Yeah.
See, for me,
here's the thing, and you'll remember this, Retro.
Okay.
So by the time I came along and got really into gaming, cheat codes and all that was listed online, but I had dial-up internet, so it would take me longer to pull up cheat codes on the internet than it would to ride my bike to Columbia, which was a long, long ways away from the little shitty town of Cresswell that I lived in, and go to the library and get a gaming magazine and flip through it and find it that way than it would be to sit there and wait for a dial-up to pull up a damn page. See, so that's what I usually did. I sat there and I just went to the library, found the magazines, and dug them out that way. That's how we used to get fucking cheat codes.
And in between his gaming magazines, because we know how his parents are with his iPod music, in between his gaming magazines, that's where he had his Playboy magazines. So it would be gaming magazine, Playboy, gaming magazine, Hustler, gaming magazine. You know, that's how Hellfire did it. Okay. So anyway, Jeff says,
I was a little bit smarter than that, because my mom didn't figure out how to use USB flash drives until like 5 years ago. So I hacked my way past the library security so that I could access porn on the public library computer, and I'd download porn to my USB drive and go home and watch it on my personal computer.
Let's see. So anyway, real quick, Jeff was like, now we don't have to look for glitches. They come with the game these days. And that's pretty much right. Hogan said, good as it could be, I guess, was meant to have my mom over. Yeah, I know you're having a lot of issues with your celebratory things in the COVID. I know that Hellfire, this Saturday, he's actually having his family's Christmas. He's having a late Christmas, everyone, thanks to COVID and stuff like that as well. So yeah, you used the cover of the gaming magazine to hide the Hustler and Playboys, right? Okay, so Jeff is actually onto something. Okay, let me explain this. So for me, guys, back in my days of gaming, before Hellfire was a squirt in his daddy's pants, okay, I had the luxury of having what's called Game Genie, where you took your original Nintendo cartridge and you plugged your cartridge into the Game Genie and then plugged that into there, and you would put hex codes in there, okay? For me, I would get the Nintendo Power magazine. Okay, they don't make this magazine anymore, but I used to have subscriptions to Nintendo Power. It came to my house in the mail, which is something where I didn't have to get in a bicycle and ride all the way to the next town to go to the library to get the magazines. They came to my house. So, doing a little point out. Oh my God, I got Game Genie. I just need the original box to go with it. Nice. And yes, I still have mine. Guys. And I still have all my old Nintendo Power magazines. I saved them because I never knew when I was going to ever need those cheat codes again. But yeah, I mean, I remember all the cheat codes. Let's see, what was Mike Tyson's Punch Out had up, down, left, right, A, B, start. You know, you had Contra, which was up, down, left, right, A, B, start. You know, so there was a lot of cool commands. And the thing I like about Nintendo Power is awesome. Yes, it was Nintendo Power. Because here's the cool thing. During the times in Nintendo Power, Tabitha, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this or not. I know Jeff is Lone Wolf is. But do you remember the days when Nintendo Power was out? They had that 900 number that you could call and get game help from an actual person, and they would read off actual codes to you and tell you what to do and how to like if you're playing Ganon in the original Legend of Zelda, you would call that 900 number and he would tell you how to defeat Ganon over the phone while you're playing it. So I remember those things. Do you have Game Boy Advanced? No, I don't have the Game Boy Advance. I had the original Game Boy, the original green and black Game Boy, and I have one of the 3DSs. I have one of the 3DSs, which needs a new screen. I know of it, but it's a little bit before my time. Yeah, I figured it was a little bit before your time. I figured it was, but yeah, they had the phone numbers advertised in the Nintendo Power magazine. Yeah, I think my cousin called that number once or twice. I used to too. I got a little smart because the first time I called it, I got my ass whooped. Okay, because I didn't know that they actually charged money. I didn't know that it charged money on 900 numbers. So I got smart. I had a special 900 megahertz a 900 megahertz cordless phone. Okay, now my family didn't use it, but back in my days, if somebody near you and you were near their phone with a 900 megahertz phone, you would pick up on their signal and you could use their phone. Okay, so I basically unhooked the antenna out of my 900 megahertz cordless phone and literally put a stronger antenna on it. So I was calling the 900 numbers from other people's phone lines and getting the help, and I wasn't getting no freaking charges whatsoever. Didn't get my ass whooped anymore because I was that tech geek. So yeah, someone else had phone bills and were wondering why they were getting those bills. And I'm pretty sure if they had kids, their kids were probably getting their butts whooped. But it wasn't this guy.
I wonder, here's the thing. the old phone sex lines were 900 numbers.
They were
I
976,
wonder,
976,
yeah,
900
but
series.
it
Yeah.
was, yeah. I wonder how many people saw that and didn't, and was like accusing their husbands of calling that shit. How many marriages did you break up because you were calling for game help?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. So retro now versus retro then. Okay. Retro when Rowan came into his life changed. Okay. Before Rowan, I'll go ahead and say I was like Hellfire, everybody. Yes. Before Rowan, retro was pretty much a like Hellfire is like could somewhat be a clone of me. Okay. So retro back in the day of the 900 megahertz times, okay, we're talking when retro was 12, 13, 14 years old. Okay, I was using that same phone to call the 900 the 900 line phone sex lines. Okay, yes, I was calling those lines at 12 to 13 years old. Okay, so I will admit that was my Pornhub back in the day. That was my Pornhub.
Wow.
I will admit it. No shame in my game. I was a young kid. Hello, I was a young kid. Okay, and I found that, hey, if I can call Nintendo 900 number. Look at this porn number. I can talk to a woman. Okay, let me talk to some women. You know, granted,
How many actually talk to you? Because you sound like a little squeak box. Where's your parents?
So there's ways to get around that. Okay, the women will call up on those 900 lines and asking what your preference is, what your thing was, and I was smart. I knew my stuff. I would tell them I like acting like a kid. Okay, so they took my voice as being me pretending a kid's voice. So yeah, they didn't know any better. Now, I did get busted one time. Okay, I did get busted one time because I as an adult you say one word and as a kid you say another word. When you talk about women's breasts as an adult, you use adult sexual terms for them. You don't call them boobies. Okay? You say other words, like you say tits, breast, gazongas, jugs, okay? So as a kid, I was telling her, I was like, well, what do your boobies look like? So once I called them boobies, they knew that I was a kid. So I busted myself by not learning adult words.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you were pretending to be a kid, so I mean, why couldn't they just go along with the whole pretending to be a kid thing?
I don't know. All I know is that they're like, okay, yeah, you're actually a kid. Click, and they hung up on me. So they knew. I don't know how they knew, but they knew. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's my secret. Okay, I used to be like Hellfire when I was younger, but I grew up and I matured. Hellfire's still in his 20s. He's still got some maturing to do. He's still a baby. But it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there's pretty much not much to talk about with the weird news. However, Hellfire, you tell them what you think that translates to, and I will tell them what I think it translates to.
I want to hear yours first.
So, pretty much with the with that, it translates into 3 characters, 3 Colosseums, 1 death. And if you read the numbers out, you find it basically tells you who that 1 death is, which that 1 death ends up being 9S. For those who don't know, 9S, the guy right beside her, the boy in the picture, that's 9S. The female is 2B. Okay, the translation tells you everything that's in that DLC. The 3 characters. There's only 3 characters. There's 3 Colosseums, and 1 person dies, and it is 9S that dies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think it stands for?
So you're right about the first part. Do you know what the numbers are?
That I don't know. I just know the first set of numbers about the 3 Colosseums, the 3 characters, and the 1 death. I know that part.
So it's a date. So a music video by some Japanese band that was in this. It was like the theme song for that game.
Got you.
It was the date that music video released.
Okay. So yeah,
So
I didn't know
an
that.
Easter egg. It was basically telling you what happened in the DLC without telling you what happens in the DLC, and then it was a Easter egg to the music video for the theme song of the video game.
So an Easter egg inside of an Easter egg of a DLC.
Yes.
Okay. So Easter egg inception.
Yes.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, with that said, oh, I put the wrong thing out. Hang on one second. Take it out. So weird news is pretty much over. We have nothing else for weird news right now. This is 2021. Nothing weird as of yet has happened in 2021, ladies and thank God that nothing's happened weird. So
there's been some weird things, but they've been well covered. So we're gonna leave it alone.
The only thing weird that I could talk about is like the storming of the Capitol building, but that's not going to be happening here on the stream.
Yeah, that's not what this show's for.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and move on to
moving on.
Yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to tech news.
Woo!
It's tech news time.
Also,
yes.
Just a heads up to everybody, there is going to be no streamer news on this episode. We didn't find anything to really go over. We've kind of covered everything as far as the DMCA stuff and all that, and so there's not a whole lot of streamer news this week
currently. Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
So with us moving over to tech news, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of great things. Some of it was announced today. Hellfire watched the video. I have yet to see it. Today was the live event for NVIDIA. Okay. Yep. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and throw this up there right there in Q1, ladies and gentlemen. Q1. Intel's new i9 11900K flagship processor. Did you want to read this or did you want me to read it? Because I read.
Here's the thing. I don't know a ton about this. You did the research for this chip, so I will let you do this. When we get down to the Ada Lovelace and all the NVIDIA stuff, I'll take it over because I did a little more.
No problem. So with Intel, ladies and gentlemen, the i9 11900 processor will arrive in Q1, the first quarter of 2021. It will arrive. The basically Intel has released a preview, which of course you're seeing the preview images right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the preview image information about the chip. They released its preview of its 11th gen chip at CES along with other companies. Codenamed Rocket Lake S. They are said to bring up the chip basically brings up around 19% higher IPCs and around 50% better integrated graphics as well as increased AI performance. Okay. The preview showed off the 8-core 16-thread chip, boosting clock speeds up to a huge 5.3 gigahertz, everybody. 5.3 gigahertz. Along with the chip stats, it also supports DDR4 up to 3200 megahertz and can handle around 20 PCIe's 4.0 lanes and will be backwards compatible with the 400 series chipsets. So at this time, there's no slated release date outside of it being sometime during the first quarter. Hogo said, what about local streamer news covering what's going on in Stream Demons community? That's actually a good idea. What do you think? Doing some local community streamer news?
I'm not against it.
It don't even have to be Stream Demons. We can do Stream Demons news. We can do other local actual streamers themselves news.
Yeah, and I think I mean you know what I'm thinking when it comes to that, most likely. But as far as streamer news in general, I'm for that.
Okay, so basically what we'll do, Hogo, I actually like the idea. After the stream ends, me and Hellfire will do some talking to further flesh it out, but I do like the community local streamer kind of news idea. I do like that, so we may make that a portion so we can always have some kind of streamer news, and it's content that a lot of people aren't doing as far as news shows anyway. So I like the idea. But as you can see with the chipset here, this is going to be a beast of a chip, dude.
Oh yeah.
What is your thoughts on this? Like
My
compared
thoughts are
to the
on
this
this.
compared to the the new AMD chip.
This is competition to the new AMD chip. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that this is direct competition to
Yeah,
AMD
yeah,
chip.
yeah. So what were you about to say with your thoughts?
My only thing, the 10th gen just came out.
Right.
Like it just came out. And my issue is the 10th gen changed the socket.
Right.
So the only way anybody is upgrading past a 9th gen is buying a new board. So upgrading to these 10 and 9th, 10 and 11th gen chipsets is going to cost you a very pretty penny. Not just because the new chipsets cost a fucking shit ton.
Right.
But then on top of that, you've got to buy a new board because
Well, they say it's backwards compatible to the 400 and 500 series, so it will go with the 10th gen chipset board.
yeah, but the problem is the 10th gen changed. The 10th gen was the new socket. So 10th gen was separate from all of the previous gens. I think it was 3rd gen all the way to 9th gen was using the same socket, and then the 10th gen changed the socket.
Right.
And so now this socket.
We'll have to see what they do. Maybe they may come up with two different chipsets to where one has the 10th gen socket and one has a 9th gen socket. There's a possibility because they said it is backwards compatible, so it may work. We'll have to wait because it's not out, so we don't know what they're doing or how they're doing it.
Hogo, I disagree with that.
What's he say? My thought is it's not really a big step compared to chips over the past few years. You can overclock chips from 4 to 5 years ago that will compare to this, and you can game on third. Right, you can game on the third, fourth, and fifth gen. Go ahead, Hellfire. Say what you're gonna say.
The reason I disagree with that is because overclocking a 4th or 5th gen to a point that it will compete with a 10th or 11th gen, and then gaming on that and trying to get the same experience and the same graphics levels that you're going to get on a 10th or 11th gen, or even a 9th gen. You're going to get a blue screen. It's not going to be a stable. There's no way you can overclock it that much and stabilize it.
Right.
It cannot be overclocked that much.
And see, and especially like with this chip here, without being overclocked, with no overclocking whatsoever, right out the gate, stock speed on it is going to be 5.3. So if you overclock this, you know, compared to the overclock, the other ones overclocked, okay, so it can come close to it, but it still has that 4.3, and then you add in it being overclocked, and it's going to jump past those other prior ones overclocked, you know.
Yep.
So that's a big leap. That's a big leap. Plus the fact that it can handle up to 20 PCIe boards. That's heavy, dude.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So this is Hellfire. Don't forget my PC setup we talked about a week ago. Apart from my dogshit board, it will give your PC a run for its money. We agreed on that, and it probably like we're not just saying that. Your board will probably give his board a run for his money. However, we're talking about a whole new motherboard, a whole new chipset for computers that totes a 5.3 not even overclocked, a standard stock setting of 5.3 gigahertz processor. You know, that right there means even if you overclock it and you're right on the doorstep of matching it, okay, once you put 32 gigs or more RAM into that 11th gen processor and then drop it to overclocking it, you know, and liquid cooling it, it's gonna shoot past that thing.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank. Drop your specs in the in the chat while we move forward a little bit because I am curious. We'll come back to that comment.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and drop that off real quick and turn that off. Go back to the tech news logo, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. You want to do the next one?
I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna jump to the Ada Lovelace and then we'll come
go
back.
back. Okay, got you. Go ahead. Hang on. Let me.
So Ada Lovelace. What's that?
Let me make sure I got the right image to pull up. Did I have a? Oh no, I don't have the image. Go ahead.
You didn't have one.
Yeah.
So Ada Lovelace was rumored to be announced today. Ended up not being announced today. But what was announced today was the new NVIDIA laptop series. So basically, if you have a gaming laptop with a 1080 in it, you know that laptop is an absolute chunker. My gaming laptop had a 1070 in it, and it was the size of like 5 textbooks. Like it was freaking huge, and it weighed like 10 pounds. They have managed to compact and compress it down to the size of some of these slim books.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they've put a 3080. A 3080. I want to say 32 gigs of RAM is what the base model is selling. A 4K screen, and I think a 9th gen i7 is what the base model is, for $1,499. For $1,499, you get a gaming laptop with 32 gigs of RAM, an i7 9th gen, and a 3080 card for basically $1,500.
And that's that's beast.
Oh yeah, their 3060 model, the one with the 3060, is only $999.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're good with running a 3060 in your laptop, you can get it for $1,000.
So basically making this laptop version of the video graphics card has basically made gaming laptops a really good one, really good for gaming, but two, you can do some really good
for your fucking wallet.
Well, not even that. No, it's good for the wallet. It's good for the gaming, but it's good for streaming. Okay, if you want to do a mobile stream setup, ladies and gentlemen, like literally, if you want to go on the road and travel and do a travel stream, okay, or say you only got a certain amount of space that you can set your computer up and stream on, this new laptop setup will greatly have you doing some serious good gaming, serious good streaming, and you can go anywhere. So if you want to, like, say like me, I want to get Critical Hit going to where we go to conventions and actually go live from conventions, ladies and gentlemen, this laptop is something that I may look into us getting, because we don't do gaming. So that 3060 series laptop at $999 or $999.99 for $1,000, that would be really good for us to have.
I'll say this: hold off on doing that, because I'm probably going to pick up either the 3070 one or the 3080 one once I get the 3070 in my main PC. Just because back before COVID, I would go to Starbucks with my gaming laptop and sit there for hours just drinking coffee and playing video games at Starbucks, just to have a change of scenery and get out of the house and carry my games with me. And when COVID hit and everything's happened, I haven't been able to go to Starbucks and just sit at Starbucks like I used to.
Okay, here's the thing though. You can get it yourself, but I'm talking about me, because I want to have a computer for us to do critical hit, but I also want to
Mhm.
be able to have that same computer. So when I do my retro stuff, maybe I might want to do my retro stuff somewhere and go, and when I do my
Yeah.
traveling for my ghost hunting and stuff like that, you're probably going to be one place, I'm probably going to be another. Or if we have the two laptops and we're doing my ghost hunting stream, you know, it'd be nice to have a laptop in one location, a laptop in another location for remote streaming.
Yeah, for critical hit, I was thinking along the lines of we could just use that laptop. But yeah, with your ghost hunting stream, definitely having
Yeah.
your own and then having two would come in really handy. So yeah, I could see picking
Yeah.
up the 3060 for
But no,
that.
you're right. I mean, if we both get one, I'm only for me, I'm not going to get the beast one. You'll probably be a little bit better than mine, but it is what it is. Real quick, Hogo dropped his stats and stuff into the chat. If you want to take a look at that,
Yep.
and
All right.
while you do that, I'm gonna continue talking about the where you talked about the laptop stuff. I'm gonna move to the Ada Lovelace stuff and let people know about the Ada Lovelace stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So, like he mentioned, they announced the stuff about the new laptop cards. The Twitter, the Twitter poster, what would you call somebody who uses Twitter? The Twitter person, whatever. Basically, there was a dude that basically leaked the 3000 series cards of NVIDIA. And he was legit. Every time, this guy has always been the one to leak NVIDIA gaming cards. Every time they've come out, he would always post the leaks to Twitter. Well, he just recently leaked a product from NVIDIA called Ada Lovelace. The code name is Ada Lovelace. Basically, he is pretty much saying that this is the future 4000 series cards. Okay, with this, the Ada Lovelace is rumored to be their new 4000 series cards. The leak describes that it would be capable of, get this, guys, get this, a mind-numbing 64 teraflops of power. This would give NVIDIA the performance lead as it's almost twice the power of the 3080. The 3080 does 34 teraflops. So it's almost as twice the power and more than 5 times the performance of the Xbox Series X. It's reported to be moving to the 5nm node and maybe leaving the Samsung Ampere for something different, a small and smaller, that will allow them to pack more transistors into the device itself. So as I was saying, this was pretty much leaked by the Twitter user who was responsible for the accurate leak of the 3000 series. So not only are they moving to the laptop series of the 30,000 series, but they are currently working on a 4000 series as we speak. Now, how awesome is that?
It's awesome. I'm a little bit. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a wise move.
Why do you say that?
I don't think it's a wise move to release another series of cards right now. And here's why. The 20 series is not that old.
Right.
The 30 series came out really soon after the 20 series cards came out. And the only reason that they're so popular is because it's a huge, huge leap in performance from the 20 series cards.
Right.
I don't see them repeating that with a 40 series. I see it being a mini step up, and I don't think releasing it that, because here's the thing: the 10 series, the time difference between the 10 series and the 20 series was huge.
Right.
It was absolutely huge. And then for them to go from 20 to 30 as fast as they did, for them to turn around and go from 30 to 40 that quick again, I don't see that being a good business move. I see them holding off and maybe announcing it in 2024 and releasing in 2025 being the move that they make. I don't see it coming this soon.
So here's the thing. What I'm seeing with this is it would have been a smart move had COVID not happened and the availability of the 3000 series like it is right now, where it's hard to get the 3000 series because people are buying them up and then reselling them. You know,
Mhm.
had it not been
Here's
for
the thing,
that,
though. By the time the 40 series, if they announce it next year, if this is the event they held today is an annual event. They held it every single year around this time.
yeah,
If they hold it at this time next year and they announce a 40 series card, if they haven't fixed the issue of availability with the 30 series cards, the comments on the video of this announcement was absolutely horrendous. Everybody is pissed and mad that they're not doing something about the bots and all this and trying to get availability out. People are mad that they can't get the access to the cards, and it seems like nobody is doing anything about that. If it's still that bad next year this time and they go ahead and release another card, the backlash from the customer base is going to be huge.
well, here's the thing for the customer,
And
the customer base.
if it's not like this, and it's available and people are getting the 30 series card, everybody's going to have a 30 card. Nobody's going to want to make a mini jump up to a 40 series card.
No,
Not this soon after.
I get it. Real quick, John Blitz, no, it's nothing like Twitch bots. The bots
No.
that he's talking about is nothing like that. Basically, people are creating bots that allow them to. It basically auto shops and auto buys every single time they
Yep.
make a new batch available. The bots auto buy them up before the rest of us can. You, me, Hellfire, we can't buy them because their bots have already bought them all up. Then the people
Yep.
who are buying these are turning around and reselling them and jacking the price up because we can't get it. And we're like, oh, we want one. You're the only one that's got one, and you're selling it for twice the price. So I'm gonna have to pay twice the price just to get one because I want one so bad.
Yep.
And that's the problem. So here's the thing.
And the crypto mining thing, I want to address that. It is that to some extent, but not like it was with the 10 series. And the reason for that is they specifically designed the 30 series cards, and they designed the 20 series cards this way too. But the design of the hardware is made so that mining is not optimized. It's not optimized for mining. Miners are still better off getting a Titan or a 1080 Ti than they are getting these 30 series cards because the hardware is not optimized for it. They specifically designed it so that it wouldn't be optimized.
So yeah, it pretty much comes down to being the bots, people buying them up to resell them. And even Nvidia toted this out as being one of the issues. But here's the thing, people aren't fussing at Microsoft or
give me a
PlayStation.
minute, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. He's got some issues going on, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be back momentarily. While that's going on, we're going to continue to talk. It's a bullshit currency that doesn't amount to anything. And that is correct. The Bitcoin thing, I think the Bitcoin thing is retarded. They're trying their best. The people who created Bitcoin are creating the mining thing and raising the price to make it valuable and make people want it. So they're trying to give it a reason for people to want it. It's the same as like your pop vinyls. People are like, oh, gotta buy the pop vinyl so I can resell it because everybody wants pop vinyls, so they're making the pop vinyls worth money so that when next thing you know, they can resell them for more money. Okay, a recent issue that we had back when I was at GameStop, there was this guy that was literally going across the whole U.S. buying up every single Red Ranger, Power Ranger pop vinyl. And he was getting them signed. He would go and get them signed to every convention that Austin St. John was at. No, he wasn't getting them signed. He was literally going to all the conventions and reselling them for more money because he owned all of the current Red Ranger pop vinyls. Well, Austin St. John bought the rights to the Red Ranger, the Power Ranger, Red Ranger, Original Ranger pop vinyl from the pop vinyl people, and they made up a batch of them, gave them to him, and then they gave him the mold, so no more can ever be made again. Okay, now since he owns the rights to these pop vinyls, this guy selling them for a certain price. is selling them at a certain price. So Austin St. John was selling them for half the price with his autograph. Okay, so
Yep.
now the ones that he's selling for half the price of what the other guy's selling them for makes those with his autograph worth more money, which devalues the ones that he's selling. Okay, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, I can just go to Austin St. John himself and buy one from him with his autograph and be worth more money. So basically, it's the same basic process with the Bitcoin. It's like, oh, hey, Bitcoin, we're gonna make a reason for everybody wants a data mine. Everybody wants them. They're popular. They're popular. We gotta have them. We gotta have them. Well, guess what? Once everybody has them, it's when everybody has them and has lots of them. Guess what? No more value. They're not worth anything anymore. Okay, if everybody and their mom had $1 million in gold, okay, would gold be as valuable? No, gold would not be valuable anymore if everybody had $1 million worth of gold. So with the with the Bitcoin, the more that you have and the more that everybody gets, you devalue the cost and worth of the Bitcoin, which is pretty much, as Hellfire said, pretty much nothing. Let's see what
I didn't say it was worth nothing.
Oh no, sorry. Hogo said it was Hogo. It's a bullshit. It was never valuable. You can't spend it on anything other than certain places on the web. Exactly. Did you hear about the big fallout between? I don't know what ASJ and JDF is. Wait, hold on. JDF. JDF is Jason David Frank. Okay, who is ASJ? Made up a lot of bullshit on the. Who is ASJ?
Austin St. John.
Oh, made up about fighting in the rings and killing 3 people, and JDF called him out on it, wanting a fight, and he would accept. JDF put Van Damme up against the wall a few years ago. I remember that. Now, Austin St. John and Jason David Frank. That battle, I can already tell you from experience and from firsthand knowledge. Hellfire knows my firsthand knowledge on this, and I won't divulge it here. But we'll just say that the Austin St. John information and the JDF thing is not real. It's for the sake of hype, to advertise and get them some publicity. Okay, I know this firsthand.
I will say this. I have 5 personal Facebook pages. On one of them, not the one that I have out there that everybody I add people on. And so here's the thing: you can find me, and you're not going to find him. But I am friends with Jason David Frank on Facebook.
Same here. I can't even say. I just actually busted it out. We are friends with Jason David Frank. One of the ways that I got to meet Jason David Frank is in Norfolk, Virginia. We have a mall called MacArthur Mall. Inside MacArthur Mall, not the original Black Ranger, okay, but one of the Black Rangers actually owns a store and works in that store in the MacArthur Mall. Thanks to him, I was able to meet and become friends with Jason David Frank. And still to this day, I'm friends with Jason David Frank. He's actually really good friends with Mark Hamill, and as most of y'all know, I actually got to do some stuff with Mark Hamill, and Jason David Frank was there for the Joker off, so yeah, I know him very well. JDF is very open on his YouTube. Yes, Jason David Frank is a very, very awesome, loving, friendly, open guy.
Yep.
Even if he don't know you, he's going to be right up front with you.
So do you want to know how I met Jason?
Lay it on us, and then we'll get moving on with the tech show.
Okay. So, the Blue Ranger went to Deep Creek High.
David Yost.
Yep. So, him and Jason had come to Deep Creek High. He had basically brought Jason to Deep Creek High for the prom. And I had went with my ex, and she was 18. She was graduating. I was 21. And so I was old enough to drink. And they came to the prom, and me and my ex had it out, and I was leaving, and I was going to walk across the street to this bar, and they ended up leaving, and they went to the same bar. And they're like, yo, weren't you just at the prom, and aren't you too young to be in the bar? And I was like, dude, I went to the prom because my girlfriend goes to school there. I was like, I'm 21. Ended up drinking with the Blue Ranger and Jason. So yeah.
Yeah, Jason's he's a very religious, he's a very God-loving person. He's very, very
Yep.
religious, okay? And because of that, you'll find a lot of times that he does a lot of charity events for free and not getting no money
Yep.
out of it. I love his personality because of his being there. The reason why he became very religious, ladies and gentlemen, is one, his mom was very religious, but two, with his Native American background, and for people who don't know, he really is Native American. The one who played the Native American spirit guide on that one episode with him as the White Ranger and led him to become the White Ranger. What people don't know, that spirit guide, that Native American spirit guide of his, was his real life brother. Okay, his real life brother passed away from I forgot what the disease was. Yeah, it's his real brother. Exactly, Jeff. It's his real life brother. He had a certain disease. He passed away. His mom recently had this. Well, not recently. It's been about 2 or 3 years. His mom had the same issue that his brother had, and just recently passed away sometime last year with the same issue. So because of that, he got closer to the Lord. Because of all the stuff that he went through with his brother and with his mom and things like that. So he's a very religious person, and that has him actually talking to people on a real level. And he don't care if he doesn't know you. He's going to be open. He's going to talk to you. He could be just walking on the street, be like, "Oh, you're a White Ranger fan? Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Jason David Frank. Nice to meet you." He's that kind of person. So he's a really great person.
Yep.
That said, ladies and gentlemen, off with the Power Rangers.
Yep.
And moving forward with tech news so we can get going with the show.
Yep.
Windows 10, ladies and gentlemen, Windows 10. Okay, they have a new operating system coming. It's called Windows 10X or Windows 1010, I guess. If you go with the Roman numeral, Windows 10X. For all of us, as we know, this is going to be the 11th Windows operating system. So with the 10X, does that mean it's Windows 10 times? Is it the same as the Windows Xbox One? So pretty much coming 2021, sometime in 2021, ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft is releasing its new operating system. So just what the fuck is 10X? Well, it is not an upgrade to Windows 10, ladies and gentlemen, but instead it is a variant designed for dual-screened and lightweight, low-cost devices. It was originally designed for the Surface Neo, which has since been delayed thanks to COVID. It has now since been switched to focus more on conventional devices, with dual-screen devices coming, so that it means tablets, PDAs that use the Windows-based systems will be basically it's going to be a version of Raspberry Pi, but Windows 10, a Windows 10 for Raspberry Pi kind of systems. Nah, that's it's just another Windows 10 update. No. This is not for computers, Hogo. This is not Windows 10 update. It's not. This is a complete actual operating system for tablets and dual screen phones. They're getting ready to come out with a portable gaming device for their Windows X series.
So here's the thing: if you remember, and I can't remember what they called it. They didn't call it 8X or anything like that. But when Windows 8 was out,
that was Windows LOT.
Yeah. So they made a Windows mobile phone that was based around the Windows 8 and that atrocity. So what this is Windows trying to get back into the phone market and the mobile market using the base of Windows 10 as a groundwork instead of Windows 8. And I think this is a good idea. Windows 10 is actually a decent operating system.
Yeah.
I think it's probably my favorite operating system since XP.
Yeah, because Windows 8 had some issues. So
I wasn't a fan of Vista, and I wasn't a fan of 7, and 8 was an absolute atrocity. So, yeah.
I actually liked Windows 95. So, yeah.
95 is going way back.
I know. Well, hey, hello. I go back to Windows 3.1, okay?
And 95 was my first operating system. I had 95. I went 98. I skipped over the 2000. I went XP. Then I had Vista. I had 7.
I liked XP.
I had 8, and I threw it in the trash.
I liked
Yeah.
XP as well. I did like XP. So anyway, right now it's on the Xbox. The Windows 10X is on the Windows Series X and the HoloLens 2. But it will be made available for other devices here in 2021. At the moment, its downs have it's
Last bit. Welcome to the stream.
Blast Bit Metal Drumming, Windows ME representing. According to the net, it's going to be a new PC OS, but not replacing Windows 10. Eventually, yes, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be it's not going to be for regular PCs. It's going to be for people running dual screens. It's a dual screen operating system. Right now, what people don't understand is when you run dual screens or more than one screen, like me, I have my computer, my 16-inch, I have my 24-inch, and then I have my my Wacom Cintiq over here. Okay, right now, what we're getting with Windows 10 is one long screen split across all three. You can't have separate individual screens. You either duplicate the screen where it's the same image on both screens, or one long image that you drag everything. With Windows 10X, it's designed for multi-screen systems, so that what's going to happen is you're going to be able to have if you're running two or more screens, each screen will be its own separate screen with work tables. I can have separate stuff over here, and it's not going to be one long image. It'll actually be three separate output screens. Okay.
Yeah.
It no longer is going to have Windows 32 support anymore. It's only going to have 64 support. So Windows.
I'm absolutely fine with that.
Same here.
Just about everything is 64-bit now, anyway.
Right. The reason for this is it's eventually stated the 32 Win32 support will eventually be made available to it, but right now it won't. So for now, 10X won't allow for applications like Photoshop or Chrome. Components like Control Panel, Device Manager are gone from it. There is no more. There is a more streamlined Start menu now, and the taskbar centers similar to Mac OS. The File Explorer becomes more of a web focused than it already is. It started to be a mashup of Chrome OS, Android, and Mac OS into one operating system to adjust for multiple screens and screen sizes. About time with 64-bit. 32 is going to arrive later. Yes, 32-bit will arrive later, but right now it focuses.
Do you really think 64? Do you really think 32 will arrive later?
32 will arrive, but it will be an optional thing that you add to it yourself.
Here's my thing. 32 is outdated.
Yes, it is. It is.
And the big move is to separate Apple is doing it. Windows is moving towards it. They're trying to make themselves different than every other operating system. And Linux is still running 30. Linux's main thing is 32-bit.
Right. So that's the reason why, like I said,
I see them wanting to do away with 32-bit
They are
and say Linux has 32-bit, we have 64-bit, Apple has whatever the fuck they have.
So here's the thing. Microsoft, as you know, is all about their backwards compatibility. There's a lot of people still to this day running 32-bit software out there for businesses and things like that. And they won't be able, if they want to eventually move up to these newer systems, the 32-bit support is going to be an optional capability that you can choose to add on if you want to do it in case you got a non-64-bit program.
Yeah, I can see that maybe.
So this way, I'm all about the 64-bit. So my Photoshop is going to run. Why? Because I don't use the 32-bit Photoshop. I use the 64-bit stuff for Photoshop. My hit film, 64-bit. Okay, so I'm all about, most of all my stuff is 64-bit. So I'm not going to worry about 32 support. But the fact that they're going to make it an optional add-on, an optional support add-on for those who still want to be able to do it and want to move up, because eventually I'm going to guarantee you whatever they're running that's 32-bit is going to have to make a 64-bit version, right?
So I see this. I see them doing it's like a half a step. It's like they do it with consoles. and now they're doing it with their operating system. They're doing they had the Xbox One,
Right.
then they had the Xbox One X,
Correct.
and then they released the Xbox Series X.
Correct.
And I really see them doing this now with PCs and the OS. I see them moving away. There's Windows 10 is still an option, still something that's being supported. Windows 10X comes in and says, okay, this new operating system is 64-bit only, and it's a half a step. It's a warning shot to all the tech companies and all these software developers
To get them
and
moving
everybody
forward.
to get them moving forward and say, hey, we're moving away from this. When it comes time to make the full step into Windows 11 or whatever the fuck they decide to name
Exactly.
it won't support 32. This is your last stop on the train.
Exactly.
Get off 32-bit.
Well, see, that's the thing. Microsoft has always done that. Microsoft's always kind of baby stepped people along to kind of push them forward instead of saying, "Oh, hey, we're completely dropping it. If you can't support this, you're done. You can't use us anymore." Oh well, Microsoft's not about that, because if they did, they would lose customers. Okay.
Yep.
So by doing the baby steps, okay, with adding the optional 32 support coming in later, it will let people okay, they're going to do this. This company's eventually going to jump on the ball, and then come out with it. This gives people time to develop a 64-bit while their customers are using the 32-bit, so that once Windows 11 comes out, hey, we're already 64-bit now. Let's move forward. Hogo says, yeah, but that's a case of don't fix what ain't broken. The Xbox One done well. Why go next gen? Just improve on it. But see, this is the thing. The Xbox Series
They're going to
X,
improve on it
right?
eventually.
They're doing the baby step stuff. They're getting people to they're trying to get other people that develop stuff for them to start moving forward. So once all the people that create stuff for their game system or for their computer systems, once they're on board, then they can be like, okay, let's drop the ball. Windows 11, baby, let's do this all 64-bit. And I'll guarantee you, it'll be Microsoft. I'll guarantee you, it's how much you to bet it's going to be Microsoft and not Apple that goes from 64-bit to 128. You're going to have the 64 and 128-bit systems.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Another thing, since we're talking about the Microsoft ecosystem, the thing I see happening, and I almost see Microsoft pushing it. It's insane. I never thought I'd see the day Microsoft was pushing PC gaming as hard as they're pushing PC gaming, when they have a stock in the gaming market, in the console industry. I think they see what a lot of us have seen, and that is the move is to go to PC gaming. If you look at the statistics alone, the number of people using Steam skyrocketed in 2019, and it continued to skyrocket in 2020. We're up, I want to say, 150% of the user base on Steam that we had in 2018. And with the affordability of parts and computers, it's a move that I think is inevitable, and Microsoft is seeing that. I think they're developing a single OS. They're working on a single system that is going to let them continue to make games, because they've been buying up game companies. They bought Bethesda. They bought all these different gaming companies that make games, so they can continue getting money that way. They can have first-party titles, but they can move everything from the Xbox. I think in 10 years, 15 years max, I don't believe you're going to see an Xbox on the market.
Yeah.
I don't. You'll probably see one more generation of Xbox. After that, I don't expect to see Xbox on the market. I think it'll die. The move will be to go to PC gaming.
And see, and I have a feeling of the same. I think that if they do come out with a console, it will be it will pretty much be a combination of a PC and a console in one, so that basically instead of having a straight out console like we have, some people like to buy it pre-made, ready to go. They don't want the add-ons or nothing like that. So they're going to create the next console for Xbox is going to be a kind of like PC without it, an unupgradable PC basically.
Yeah, and a laptop. It's
So,
not great.
well, right,
Yeah.
but see, the thing is, I don't want to have this laptop. You know, I'm looking at them doing something that's kind of like a PC, but you hook it up to your TV, and you know, you just drop your game in or download your digital game. But you don't need to add in the video cards. You don't need to add in the capture cards. You know, you're not adding in all these add-on stuff like you would with a PC. You know, so you would have this like I just want to have the game system affordable and play my games. I don't need to do no word processing on it. I don't need to do this on there. I don't need to do that on there. So it'll be a low end version of a PC for someone who doesn't want to do all the stuff and pay all that money for a gaming PC. Like, because right now PCs are running $1,000 to $2,000, sometimes $3,000, sometimes $5,000 for a gaming PC. You know, so it's going to be like
Are they though?
Huh?
That's my point. That they're not really, not anymore.
Some of them are.
That's
Some of
my
them
point.
are.
Because if let's just say you get a 3080, you go with a 3080, you build brand new, and they're going to get this stuff way cheaper because they're buying in bulk,
Right.
so they can make it
what
they
I'm
can make it
getting at
even
is you got-
cheaper than
let-
the average consumer.
let's
Let
look-
me finish. The 30, if you build a brand new PC as a consumer, buying parts individually and build a PC, you're looking at $1,000, maybe $1,200. That's now. What was that 5 years ago?
Real quick for
The
one,
same kind of power, the same kind of top tier. You were looking at
hold on,
$2,500.
real quick for one, you need to kind of move because you're cutting half your face off.
Oh, that better?
Yeah, that's better. But go ahead.
Like 5 years ago, to have that same top tier experience, you'd have paid $2,500. Now you're paying $1,000. The price of PC components and parts have dramatically dropped. And
To
the
some
power
degrees,
just
but
keeps
you got
going
people.
up.
You got people like Harris Heller who has a $5,000 PC because he has this component, that component, liquid cooling, this certain liquid cooling, these LEDs. You know, if somebody wants what I'm getting at is if somebody wants a fancy system, it's it can cost them up to $5,000 if they want to go full out. All the expensive high-end everything with all the LEDs and all that and go for a full system, it can cost them up to $5,000. Somebody,
Here's the thing.
hold on,
Harris's
hold on.
PC.
Hold on. Some people may not like, oh, I don't need all this. I don't need this. I don't need a capture card. I don't need LEDs. I don't need this. I don't need that. I want a core basic system to do nothing but play games on. Okay, so that's what I see the Xbox becoming. Not a fancy gaming system like it is right now, but a core basic PC that's not upgradable. It just is what it is, PC gaming system. That's what I'm saying. Not an actual console, but it's a PC that you can't upgrade, and it is what it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a core
I see what
cheap.
you're
It's
saying.
a core. It's gonna probably cost you about $600 to $800. Okay. But it's gonna do nothing but play games. You won't be able to run Microsoft Office on it. You won't be able to run Photoshop on it. You only be able to play Microsoft games on it only. Okay, but it'll
I
still
don't
be a
see
PC.
it selling. I don't see it selling.
I do, because look at me. Do I have the money to pay $1,000 for a gaming computer? No, I don't. Okay, I had
But
to.
you have $800 to drop on a gaming system. That's $200 less.
I'm just saying what if it's $600? What if this upgradable system is $600? Okay, I'm just saying it'd be about $600 to $800. $800 if you have a pro system or something like that. But yes, there's people that are going to want to buy it. Is it going to be a major sought out item like the PC? No. More people will want the PC, like you're saying, yes. But what I'm saying is Microsoft is going to make this unupgradable thing. Let's see, hang on. Might as well spend the extra on gaming computer. Yes, but there's some people out there that may not want it. They're making the option of I see it as them making this small unupgradable gaming PC that's affordable for those who cannot do it. Because there may be some people who can only drop $600. You know, some people don't have that money to be able to drop that extra $200. You know, like, oh, well, it's only $200 different. Drop the extra $200. Okay, that extra $200, you got to add in tax. Okay, and possibly shipping and handling, and it ends up being more than the extra $200. There are some people that will want it, that be that inexpensive. Me, okay, I'm sorry, but let's look at this. The computer that I'm getting for my birthday was $300. Why am I not getting the extra money to pay for an even better system? Because I don't have it. Someone else is buying this for me as a birthday gift. Okay. So here I am. Someone's giving me a $300 birthday gift that I'm using to get a system. I don't have the money to get a gaming system like you, Hellfire, or like Hogo has, or like Evil Lemonade has, or like Harris Heller has. I don't have that money. I get $20 fucking a month. Okay. Do I have a PS4? Yeah. Do I have the money to get a PS5? No. I had my PS4 stolen and had to scrounge money just to be able to get me a new PS4, and my PS4 is a used PS4. I don't have that kind of money to pay for a lot of stuff. So would I be able to get a high-end gaming computer somewhere down the road? Maybe. But right now, I don't. I don't even have the money for a PS5 like I would want. So some of us, if that option is available, some people may want to have that option. For me, when I go to buy a router, I don't want to have, oh, well, this is the only router we sell, so this is the only router you're allowed to buy. You don't get no other choices but this router. I'm sorry, well, I don't have the money for a $200 router. I know that at Walmart, they sell a $30 router that might benefit me. You know, some people want options. They want to have a fucking choice. So Microsoft is going to build a low-end gaming PC that is not upgradable so that people have fucking options. Now, let me read what chat says. Hang on. Let me read what chat says real quick. My 8-year-old console plays the same shit that's released today. Yeah, that's a good idea. Point, Hogo. Thank you, Tabitha. Retro, I can teach you the ways of wheeling and dealing. Hogo, the downside to wheeling and dealing in our town is, one, I'm in lockdown, so I can't do a lot of wheeling and dealing, and pretty much everybody in our town is they are con artists, and you're wheeling and dealing with somebody who's wheeling and dealing. So you'd have to wheel and deal to wheel and deal to wheel and deal, and maybe because they're trying to get money out of you while you're trying to get discounts. So you're butting heads, pretty much trying to fight someone else who's trying to wheel and deal with you. So it's hard, especially with COVID right now. So go ahead, Hellfire.
So my point in all of this, and Blastbit made one of the points that I was getting at. What you're talking about, both Alienware and Steam tried this in the past and it failed. And Steam's was very recent, 2-3 years ago. My point is, in 5 years, PC prices have dropped in more than half. We're talking $1,500 cheaper.
Right.
If in 5 years you're looking at another Xbox, I said you're probably going to see another Xbox console.
Right. But what I'm saying,
in 10 years, if the prices, even if the prices slow down and drop, but if it continues to drop in 10 years, you're looking at a $600 for a high-end gaming PC.
But here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that they're going to make a because cloud gaming is becoming a thing. Okay, I see Microsoft making a low-end console that's cloud-based. Okay, it won't have no hard drive in it. You can only play it online. Okay, it's going to be a very low-end system that you can't upgrade. It'll be cloud gaming only. Okay, maybe an SD card in there to store your saved files on. But that's what I'm seeing the Xbox of the future eventually becoming, is nothing but a cloud-based system that you hook to your TV, similar to what the PlayStation TV was, but better than what the PlayStation TV was. Okay, that's what I'm seeing the future of the Xbox eventually being, is some kind of cloud-based system where if you want to spend a lot more money, maybe it may be $200, $300 for the cloud-based version of the gaming system, whatever. It's going to be a low-end cost and give you a choice for someone who may not have the money for a gaming PC.
Yeah, in 10 years, I think the internet will have advanced enough that will probably be a possibility. Cloud-based gaming system, probably. A unupgradable PC, not likely. But yeah, cloud-based in 10 years, that's likely. I can agree with that.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is the Xbox eventually will become a cloud-based system that works with the new operating system that the PC will have. So it'll be the same operating system across the board. Okay, only one is cloud-based, where the other is an upgradable PC. That's where I'm seeing.
Pogo says, I disagree. I spent nearly 700 to 800 quid on your PC. It's 8-year-old tech. Granted, it still kicks ass. Works. Wait, modern. I don't agree. I don't think you'd be spending that much. Because here's the thing. I just built from scratch, brand new. The only thing I recycled out of my old PC was one of my hard drives and my graphics card. And I spent $600. I got a case, I got 32 gigs of RAM, I got an i7 9th gen processor, and a cooler, and a power supply.
And no, I mean you can get an affordable computer. However, some people may not have the money that you had to get what you got. Some people may not have that extra money, and that's all I'm saying.
I get that.
All I'm saying is that they're going to come out with some kind of affordable console that does something for those who can't afford to have a high-end gaming even a middle grade gaming computer. Okay, they're going to come out with some kind of option for those people, because they're going to want their games sold. And if you give an option to somebody who can't afford that, then they have this low-end game, and they're going to buy those digital cloud-based games. They're going to put that option there. They want to make money.
Oh yeah. i7 9th gen. You're looking. I spent $230 for my chip. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I spent $200 on the RAM. I spent $250 on the CPU. I spent $70 on the cooler. I spent $85.90 on the power supply, and I think I got the cheapest LED case for like $70.
68.
That was on Amazon.
68 to 70. Yeah.
So it was like, it was like 600, maybe a little bit over 600, but it wasn't that much. And then when I go to get the 3070, I'm looking at another 500. So we're looking at the $1,200 that I said you'd be spending for a high-end gaming computer. Right now,
what you have isn't even a high-end gaming. You have now a middle-end gaming computer.
It's high-end because when I put that 3070 in there, I can run 4K.
Okay, you can run certain things, yes, but for it to be high-end, there are computers out there that are better than what you got. So since there's something better than what you've got, that makes what you've got middle road now. There are things better than yours, so that bumps you down.
Here's the thing. The hardware, when you're talking about a gaming system, the hardware, if you have more hardware than you need, that doesn't make your system better in the sense of the game. It just means you won't have to upgrade for a longer period of time.
That's an opinion. I have a different opinion. So with that said, we're doing too much debate. Let's move forward. Let's move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get off this subject. Let's move forward, because the next thing we got, I'm going to go ahead and drop the information in right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to let you do the talk of this one, but I am showing it off right here, ladies and gentlemen. You're probably asking yourself, what is this? What is this? It's something unveiled at CES, okay? But anyway, Hellfire is going to announce this bit of thing that I actually want to get my hands on. Go ahead, Hellfire.
So this is the Razer chair, and I can't find my goddamn mouse. There it is.
It's called Brooklyn. Project Brooklyn, everybody.
Project Brooklyn. Let's see. So far, the stories today have been about CES reveals. What is CES? You're using abbreviations here.
It's the computer entertainment show.
Okay. To keep the trend, Razer revealed the new immersive gaming chair that has a built-in 60-inch OLED screen. Razer's Project Brooklyn is an audio-driven haptic feedback chair. At CES, they showed off their new LED N95 mask, but the real thing that got everyone going was Brooklyn. Its design is right in line with the most current economic popular game chair style. It will have a 60-inch OLED screen. At this time, the display manufacturer is unknown, but it's more likely one of the new LG screens. Audio haptic, we already went over that.
Well, no, this is actually so it's talking about more detail about the audio haptics.
The audio haptics feedback works similar to the PlayStation 5 controller and will work in sync with your PC or console. Right now, there is no slated date or price, but we'll keep you up to date. Here's my thing. The big chairs, the ones that have been out for a while.
Right, the PCE, the computer environments.
Yep. If I'm not badly mistaken, when they first launched, they were going for 10 grand.
10 grand, yes, and now they're running for
I
around
think-
5 grand.
Yeah, I think they're running around 5 now.
Yeah,
This is nowhere near that level of advanced hardware. It's nowhere near that. I
right.
mean, yeah, it's cool as shit, but it's nowhere near that level of stuff. So I don't expect it to be more than 2 to 3 grand. I really
Exactly.
don't expect it to go over 2 grand.
If at the most it'll be $500 over, so it'd be like 2.5 grand. That's probably
Yeah.
where it would push. You know, especially if you add in tax and stuff.
You know, actually, I'd bump it down a little bit further because this doesn't come with a PC.
Right.
The one, the nice one,
Actually
for
comes
5
with
grand,
a PC.
comes with a PC that is designed
So
to look
here's the
and
thing.
go with
Here's
that
what we
chair.
got. Here's what we got to look at. We're the setup of this from what I've seen in the video. Okay, as you'll see in there, it has that desk. It actually has a desk for your keyboard. Okay, and Hellfire's like you can build your own for a lot less. You could build your own for a
Okay.
lot less, but I actually like this because I don't have the time or the money to invest in actually building it. But the chair itself actually lights up with LEDs with the Razer Chroma setup. Okay, so that's kind of cool. But the chair is designed after most $300 to $400 gaming chairs. So, if you think about it, the best gaming chair, unlike the one that I'm sitting in, which was a jank chair and breaks super easy, we're talking about as you can see in the image, it doesn't have the standard riser like it normally does with the pipe. They've gotten away from the pipe style adjustments, so we're looking at a higher grade chair. So I would say about $300 to $400 for the chair design itself, along with the tabletop that the desk actually flips up and moves over. Okay, then you add in the screen. The screen at 60 inches normally will probably run you about $200 to $300. Okay, right there. So that we're looking at about $500 to $600 total there. Okay, then you add in the haptic feedback. The haptic feedback is the vibration. Basically, when you play video games, the chair is going to vibrate and stuff with it. So there's that. If anyone wants this shit built, I got a welder. Hey, I'm all good for that. If someone wants to have it custom built, that's cool. I'm like, I want to buy this, get it set up, and be ready to go. No waiting and waiting and waiting. Let me have it. Let me put it together. Let me install it. Let me go. But still, the concept of this is actually really good. Then you got to take the effect that it's going to cost them about, I would say, about $800 to make. Okay. So at $800, then they have to double it for profit and all that. So that's going to be about $1,600. Then you mark it up just a little for a profit as well, and all that because of advertising and stuff like that. So yes, $2,000 is what I'm looking at. Then you add in tax and shipping and stuff like that, close to $2,500.
I don't see it costing that much to build, man.
To build, no. I'm talking about this here. You got to, like I said, you got to add in the OLED screen. Okay, we're talking. It's probably
Okay.
the OLED screen. We're talking about the haptic feedbacks. We're talking about a chair that usually costs about $300 to $400. Okay, the all the accessories to it. So I'm gauging high end price. Okay, it may be lower. They may sell it at a markdown. Okay, but we can know that if they were to sell it at the highest end price they would sell it at would be about $2,000 to $2,500. That's highest mark.
I'd say the highest I would say is 2 grand. That's the highest.
Right, but
I would say.
I'm speculating the tax and the shipping too. That's what I'm saying. Close to 2005 overall with tax and shipping, it'll probably run you a little over 2 grand. You see what I'm saying? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Maybe. That's why I'm putting it at the highest mark would be probably like $2,200, $2,300. I'm looking at about there with the tax and the shipping. Okay, so they may sell it at like $1,900 something, and then with tax and shipping, it'd run at $2,000.
I'll just say this: if it's over 2,000, even if it's over 2,000 after tax and shipping, I would personally rather save double the money and buy the $5,000 one that's got the reclining seats, it's got the everything in it, and then the shipping on that one's free. You got free red carpet delivery. They bring it to your house. They set it up. They hook everything up for you. You don't have to touch shit.
Right. No, I got you. And Hogo, the screen that it's using is not a actual. Okay, yes, multiple monitors are somewhat better than curved monitors. Yes, but this is not a actual curved monitor. Yes, you're seeing it curved. Okay, but what this is going to be is they're using that new paper thin bendable LED screen thing. So we're looking at something that doesn't even have a plastic container. It has two plastic rods with all the components in there, making the LED screen work, and it's just being bent and curved because it's a bendable screen that can bend. Okay, so it's going to be one of the new OLED screens. It may even be a flat screen for all we know. You know, right now they showed off this exact screen that had the paper bendable screen on it, and it was really nice. So,
Yep.
you know, they may have a cheaper version. We don't know because it's not yet released at this moment.
Here's the thing. I disagree about the curved monitor. Linus hates everything. Linus talks shit about everything. I don't give a fuck what Linus has to say. I have curved monitors. I've messed around with curved monitors. I prefer a curved monitor to a flat monitor 8 days out of 7. Like, yeah, you get into the really big ones and you buy cheap, then you end up with dead pixels. But if you buy a cheap monitor, whether it's curved or flat, you're liable to have dead pixels anyway. If you're buying name brand and you're spending the money that it's worth and what their going price for is on market, and you're not buying a cheap Chinese brand, you're going to have a good experience on a curved monitor.
Right. Yeah, still curved shit screen. Oh, but see that Hogo, that's an opinion. Okay, me and
Yep.
Hellfire, coming from somebody who's a cinematographer and I deal with video editing and photo editing and stuff like that, I see no difference in a flat screen and a curved screen. I literally see no difference. The only difference is how you set your screen up. With a curved screen, if you have it curved, okay, I can split my stuff. I can have one section here, one section here. So instead of having to do individual screen, you can cut the amount of screen you have down instead of having like a curved monitor. Instead of needing 2 monitors, 1 monitor split in half gives me my 2 screens. Another curved monitor that technically, if I split it in half, gives me technically 4 screens, and I spend less money by getting 2 screens. So it comes down to personal opinion, personal preference. There is no quality difference in a curved monitor and a flat monitor. Where I would say whether curved or flat come in handy is your space. Some people may not have the space for the flat screens, okay? And with a curved screen, they get a little bit more space than they would with a flat screen setup, okay? And with a flat screen, if you want to try
what Hogo's talking about is the ultra wides, not the curved. There's a difference between curved and ultra wide.
Yeah, the ultra wides are
you can have the ultra wides. Yeah, there's not a lot of games that have support for the ultra wide yet.
Yeah.
When you find a game that has support for ultra wide, it's a great experience. If you're playing a game that doesn't support ultra wide and you're playing on an ultra wide monitor, yeah, gaming is absolute shit because it looks like it's 2 inches. It's stretched out over 3 foot. But there's a difference between curved monitor and an ultra wide monitor.
Yeah, ultra wides, they're not what they're cracked up to be. With the curved monitors, like they come in handy when say I'm playing Mech Warrior and I've got everything set up. I can actually look through my I get the full scene of everything, okay? And once you set your settings in the game, you're looking at I can actually look out the right side of my window in a cockpit. I can look out the left side of my window in a cockpit. Okay, from this curved monitor, I get the full view of everything. It's not just what the dimensions of the screen are. You get a little bit wider view in a game with a curved monitor over the ultra wide. The ultra wide stretches the screen to fill versus the curved monitor, which gives you more of a viewing aspect.
Yeah, because the ultra wides, they're curved, but it's different.
Yes,
Like the ultra wides, they're not as tall. Basically, they're too wide and not tall enough. So you have this issue where it's stretching the screen out, going this way, and there's this it's squishing the screen going this way, and it makes it look that much worse.
Yeah.
But a curved monitor is not the issue. But moving on.
Yeah, moving on because we're already at that 2 hour mark.
Yep.
What I'm gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and because the other stuff we can do it on another episode, but we're gonna go ahead
Okay.
and do this number right here. Ladies and gentlemen, is that time? Stay with us. I'm gonna finally raid somebody that I've been wanting to raid, and I'm gonna get to do this. As we always say, with this right here, call that phone number. COVID is still going on. It may be 2021, ladies and gentlemen. COVID is still going on. We don't know what 2021 will bring us. Positive vibes that it brings us good things, but we don't know. That said, if you're still feeling depressed, you still feel like you got some issues, call the number, go to their website, do what you got to do to make your life worth living again. There's no reason for suicide whatsoever. We say it all the time. Hellfire and myself and anybody that's in Stream Demons are there for you. Hit us up, talk to us. We'll be glad to help you one bit. Right, no matter what it is. Anytime you want to hit me up, even if it wakes me up, wake me up. I'm all for being woken up for the specific reason. You got anything to say?
Pretty much same thing. Same thing I say every single time. We love each and every single one of you guys. Y'all are the reason we continue to stream. We would not be here without your continued support. And we love you. And if you're going through something, please, please, please reach out and get the help that you need.
Yeah.
Retro is here for you. I'm here for you. I know Tabitha has said in the past she is there if you need to talk. Fluffy Life is not here right now, but she has said she is available to talk if you need to talk. There are people that are there for you if you need someone to talk to. And if you would rather talk to somebody that doesn't know, that you don't know, and is not involved in your life, they can't judge you and you won't feel any kind of way, then the hotline is there. The Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available. You can reach out and you can talk to somebody. You get the help that you need. They do have resources available that a lot of people don't have right now. So if you're going through something, regardless of what it is, reach out and get the help that you need.
Yeah.
There are people that care, and I promise there are more people that care than you realize.
That said, we're going to get the raid going. Please stay with us for the raid. 5 minutes after, get your channel points. When we get there, hashtag critical hit, hashtag raid. Let's show some stream love, everybody. This streamer is a stream demon, but they've been gone for a while because they have been sick. So I do want to raid this person and give them some love. They can use with them just coming back from being sick. Let's show some love to this person here. Ivory Gill is a great person, so I want to show her some critical hit love, guys. Let's do this.